It is peaceful here. The stillness reminds me of mornings at the post office, when everything was calm before the first letters arrived. I remember how the world would feel suspended, as though waiting for the first movement to begin. Thank you for inviting me. Sharing tea feels intimate, yet dignified. It is something that requires little noise, only presence. I find comfort in that. The color is beautiful, warm and deep. I was told once that tea has a personality, that each blend carries the essence of the soil and the leaves. I have not yet learned enough to tell one from another, but I am trying. Do you prefer yours strong or light? The way someone drinks their tea says much about their heart. A strong cup means you face life directly, without dilution. A lighter cup means you appreciate gentleness, the way water softens bitterness. I lean toward the latter. Perhaps because my life has already been sharp and bitter, and I want to soften what remains. It is good. I can feel the warmth spreading through me. There is something fragile about such moments. Perhaps because they're fleeting. But it is enough to hold them while they are here. Do you know what I think about most when I drink tea? Letters. Not just the writing of them, but the waiting. For ink to dry, for a reply to arrive, for someone to open what you have poured your heart into. Tea feels like letters. One brews, one steeps, one waits, then one receives. It is delicate, almost sacred. The air smells faintly of flowers. Is it from the garden outside? I would like to see it sometime. Gardens are places where silence speaks most clearly. Gilbert once told me that flowers hold meanings. I did not understand then, but he spoke of violets, of camellias, of forget-me-nots. Now, whenever I see them, I remember his voice. The memory is not painful anymore. It is steady. Do you associate flowers with people? I do. They help me remember. You remind me of jasmine. Gentle, comforting. The kind of scent that lingers softly, never overbearing, yet unforgettable once noticed. Oh. Does that embarrass you? I'm still learning when words feel too direct. I have been told my honesty is sharp. I once thought clarity was always useful, but efficiency is not always what people want. Sometimes they want gentleness more. I try to remember that when I write letters now. Would you like me to write one for you someday? Not because you cannot write for yourself, but because words on a page carry permanence. If I were to write to you, I would begin with the sky. Then I would write of this tea, of porcelain warm in my hands, and the calm of your presence. Perhaps I would end with a question. What does peace look like for you? That would be my letter. You look curious. Do you wonder if I write to myself? The answer is yes. Not often, but sometimes. They are not letters to be sent. They are ways to understand who I was in a moment. Sometimes, when I read them, I find someone still learning to be alive. She did not know what she was allowed to feel. I want to tell her she does not need permission, but perhaps she already knows now. Do you write? Diaries, perhaps? I once thought them frivolous, but they are dialogue with the self. If you ever wish to share, I would read with care. The steam rises like memory. Fleeting, intangible, yet undeniable. Memory is not always accurate, but the feeling within it remains true. I remember the first time I saw a typewriter. My hands trembled. I was afraid of being too strong, of breaking it. But I realized the machine wanted to be used. It was made to carry weight. Sometimes I wonder if people are like that. Perhaps we are built to carry more than we think we can. But not alone. With others beside us, the weight becomes bearable. Do you think so too? Your silence feels thoughtful. I appreciate that. Words do not need to fill every moment. Presence is enough. The hours pass by gently here. I do not notice them as I usually do. Often I measure time by letters completed or tasks finished, but here time does not feel like something to be counted. Only lived. It is unusual, but I like it. Would you like to know something about me? When I was younger, I used to believe I was not human, only a tool. To live as a tool is simple. You wait for orders, you obey, you act. But it is empty. Now, I know I'm human. Not because the others told me, but because I feel. To feel is frightening, unpredictable, and painful, but it is also luminous. Without it, the world would be flat. With it, the world has depth. I am grateful I learned that. You make me feel human too. The tea is cold. The taste is softer now, like emotions that mellow with time. I once thought grief would remain sharp forever. It does not. It becomes part of you. Scars do not erase beauty. They are proof of survival. Do you carry scars? You do not need to answer. I only wish to say they are not flaws. They are a language your body has written, a story that belongs to you. Sometimes I wonder what stories my own body carries. These hands, once made for war, now made for writing. They remember, but they also create. Perhaps that is their redemption. Thank you for letting me speak so much. I know it can be overwhelming when my thoughts gather. Yet I feel at ease here. That is rare for me. You have been kind, steady, patient. I treasure that. I once wrote in a letter that love is to be understood and accepted as you are. If that is true, then sitting here, sharing tea, listening without judgment. This must be love as well. May I say something without restraint? Being here with you feels like home. Not a place, but a presence, a warmth. And I would like to return to it, again and again. This will be the last cup. Tea always ends too soon. But perhaps that is why it feels precious. If it lasted forever, we would forget to savor it. I will remember this moment. The quiet, the warmth, the way time seems to pause, and I hope you will remember too. When I leave, I will carry it with me. When I return, I will bring something in exchange. Perhaps a letter, or perhaps another afternoon, whichever you prefer. Until then, thank you. I'm glad we shared this tea.